This is Equity One, Broadway's happy hour.
Pour yourself a drink and join us as we chat about life, theater, and everything in between.
I'm Elliot Maddox.
And I'm Caleb Dickey. Join us for your Equity One.
Hi, Caleb.
Hi,
Cheers. Welcome to Broadway Podcast Network Happy Hour. I'm Elliot.
I'm Caleb. Hi.
And we are the hosts of Equity One, Broadway's Happy Hour. Here on Broadway Podcast Network Happy Hour, we sit down with some of your favorite Broadway Podcast Network podcasters and chat, have a little drink, and, get through our quarantine days. And today we are so excited to have Bret and Steven, the Broadway husbands, and it's a very special day because it's Bret's birthday!
Yay!
Hi! Happy birthday!
Yay!
Thanks, guys.
Welcome back to the show, everyone. Thanks
Thank
for coming
you.
back.
I couldn't think of a better group of people to spend my birthday with.
Oh, well, cheers. In your honor, we are drinking mocktails today. So
Cheers.
Cheers. What are you boys drinking there?
Well, we could have put ours in a glass. You're a little classier than
Yeah.
us. So LaCroix. Berry
Berry.
LaCroix.
Berry.
Berry.
It's very addicting.
Yes, I'm a big fan of the newly branded Raz Cranberry because it
Yes.
was Cran Raspberry.
I know.
They just changed the name of it, or what?
Yeah,
They switched it, and the color is I think slightly different also, right?
it's a little more bright pink.
Yeah, it's pinker, yeah.
yeah.
And have you tried pamplemousse?
I have tried pamplemousse. I'm not a big grapefruit fan.
I'm not either, but I like it.
He just likes to say pamplemousse.
Pamplemousse.
Is that an actual fruit? I've never heard that word before.
It's French.
Neither had I.
It's French for grapefruit.
Oh,
Yeah.
okay.
Oh.
Yeah, it's French for grapefruit. My favorite LaCroix flavor is probably mango. That's the one that's out there that I really love.
See, that's not my favorite. I can't get into that one.
I love it.
Mango seems really manufactured to me, the flavor of it a lot. I don't always love it.
Yeah.
And
I think that's why I like it, is because it reminds me of drinking a soda.
Mm-hmm.
You know?
Right.
is there
And
a
you
key
like to
lime pie?
manufacture things like color of your hair.
Key lime, there is, yeah. I don't like anything too processed.
There is a key lime pie flavor, right?
Yeah, it's not good.
Oh,
Stick-
see, I
I've not had that.
that
I've not had
one.
it's like too lime. I want my lime to taste like nothing. Just
Yeah.
very.
Just like a light beverage,
Yeah.
Yeah.
When I'm
Caleb,
trying
what
to keep the calories off.
Caleb, what's your mocktail?
I'm having a knockoff LaCroix from Kroger. She is a
yes.
cranberry lime,
Seltzer
Ooh.
water.
but I have it in a mug.
Oh my gosh. Well,
Yeah.
I actually made a mocktail. Because I've been drinking so much during quarantine, and so I got there's a non-alcoholic spirit called Seedlip, and it's a flavored spirit that's supposed to mimic different kinds of alcohol. So there's a floral one that's kind of like gin. There's a spicy one that's kind of on more the bourbon way. And so I'm using the orange spirit, and I'm having a little margarita. So just a little agave, the orange distilled spirit, and a little lime juice.
You better craft a mocktail.
Yeah.
Uh-huh.
It's actually
You're
really,
very
really good.
creative.
I'm
It's
The
yummy.
orange sounds tasty to me. I think I would like that as well.
Yeah, and they have it's called Seedlip, and they have on their Instagram different little cocktails. So I just made their margarita.
Write that down.
What is
Yeah.
it called?
Seedlip.
Seedlip.
Let's all write down,
That's-
everyone. Take your notes.
Seedlip.
Into it.
Take that down.
Seedlip.
Sponsor by Seedless.
Seedlip.
Hello. Well, thanks again for coming on the show. Now, you all have been guests before, friends of the pod before.
Yes.
So thanks for coming back. You're on an elite list of repeat offenders. So
Wow, what an honor.
it's such an honor.
It's a short list, and you guys made it, so it is an honor. Yeah.
Thank you.
Yeah. So congratulations.
Well, seriously, whenever I see you guys, whenever I see you at a podcast meeting, I would say I get very excited. You're two very fun, inspirational people. So
Yeah.
thank you.
Oh, we love
Thank
spending time with
you.
you. What's been keeping you entertained throughout this quarantine?
Well, we watched all 7 seasons of Mad Men. That's the first thing we did.
That was my first thing, and I feel like we watched that frantically because it was in the beginning, so our anxiety was like really high.
Sure.
And I would like watch an episode and I'd be like, we gotta watch one more. We gotta watch one more. I was like, crazy addicted to it. We got through it really quick. And then Ozark.
Finished Ozark.
Okay, we haven't started Ozark, but
I
everyone
can't get
keeps
into
saying-
it.
Really?
No.
I love
so
Jason
good.
Bateman.
Mm-hmm.
But
And
I don't
Laura
know.
Linney? Come on. You know
And
that
we-
into Laura Linney?
No, of
I love
course.
Laura Linney. Love her.
The actor who plays her brother in the second season is like, he gives like an amazing.
It might be worth
performance.
watching just the second
just
season,
his
'cause
acting is like
He's like my new like actor
yeah.
crush.
Yeah, if you want to
Oh,
be
word.
like, if you want to act like somebody, it's him. Okay, that's who you want to be.
Notes.
Or Leslie Kritzer.
Or Leslie Kritzer.
Yeah.
Him or Leslie Kritzer.
that goes without saying here. We stand, as the kids say.
I mean, it sounds like we've just been sitting around watching TV, but like, what else have we been doing?
That's all I'm doing.
We take a lot of long walks.
Disney Plus. And in fact, Steven, because we're kind of actually now in nature. We're out in this like suburbs of Pittsburgh. And when we got here, I mean, there are bunny rabbits everywhere. There's deer everywhere. So he's like, we should watch Bambi. So we watched Bambi. We watched Pinocchio.
The classics.
We watched WALL-E last night, which was wildly depressing because
Makes me cry.
Well, because I think we're becoming those people right now, like the people on
the ship where they don't have any bones and they're just like fat.
Floating, yeah.
They're just like,
and they just float around.
And their screens are in front of their faces.
But that's why you're walking. That's you're counterbalancing that.
Yeah.
That's right. That's right.
They've got the right idea. Weren't they like in like glass enclosures up there or something?
Well, they're
lawn
so
chairs.
they're in a sort of
Yeah.
I don't know if it's an enclosure, but there's something just like in front of their face.
Speaking of enclosures, did you guys see yesterday? I saw this thing on TikTok. Somebody posted. They were in the drive-thru at Chick-fil-A. And I never go to Chick-fil-A for obvious reasons.
Right.
But the people, they always have people outside the drive-thru at Chick-fil-A taking your order before you drive through. And they're wearing these orange cones.
Oh my god!
With like a see-through door, and they're like taking your order.
Oh my god!
Just sweating. They're making them sweat
Hilarious.
so hard.
But they're off on Sunday.
They are.
Yeah. You get a guaranteed day off, you know? You really get your weekend. Yeah, I mean, stuff is so crazy right now. I'm wondering, like, when things start getting back to normal, like, what crazy things we're going to see.
Well,
I mean, can you imagine, like, that's how we do Wicked now? We just all wear these, like, green cones.
Yeah. Just give a good redesign, you know?
No more partnering. Cut all partnering. All lips gone.
Yeah. Let's get the team from Wicked back in after 15 years to completely redo the show. I'm sure they'd be thrilled.
Yeah, I know. They're not going to be able to bring it back until that's solved, right?
Well, a lot of things are solved.
We can't talk about when Broadway will come back, or I'll get super depressed. Yeah. Caleb, what have you been watching?
We just started last night The Great on Hulu with Elle Fanning.
Oh, what's that?
It's about Catherine the Great. It's like
I've seen the ad. Yeah.
It's kind of like the Marie Antoinette kind of style. It's kind of like Harlots. Have you ever watched Harlots?
No, but I know what it is.
Yeah, it's kind of like that, and it's enjoyable. We're still like chugging along, you know.
How many episodes have you
3.
done?
We've done 3.
Okay.
Yeah. So you know, like how it's always like it starts slow because you have to introduce all the characters. It's like historical, so you kind of have to like, this is the Duke of this, and that's the Duchess of that.
Right.
So it takes time, but you know, I'm patient. Patience is a virtue.
Especially now.
Exactly.
Well, and you love that stuff too.
I love
you love
that
like
stuff,
the period history.
Like a costume drama.
I dress up. I put my wigs on, I put my corset on, and I dress up to watch period pieces.
You seriously need to take a photo of you doing that.
Yeah.
That's a brilliant idea.
I don't have all of my stuff because it's in New York, so like it's a makeshift. Like it's a lot of cardboard, a lot of tape, but like it still gets me in the mood, you know.
Girl, Amazon's still delivering.
It's so true.
It is. They are.
So true. Are corsets essential? Probably.
Right. I would think so.
Maybe
for Caleb
to keep the shape and like be perky. Yeah, that's essential. Like,
yeah, I don't know if it'll be eligible for 2-day, but definitely 5-day.
Mm-hmm.
We'll definitely get it within the week. Oh my gosh!
We also watched Hollywood, which was really fun.
yeah.
I still haven't watched it.
It was beautiful to look at, and the ending was really positive, and it was cool.
Have you already talked about it?
We talked about it last.
Some people have brought it up.
Oh, like
I
you
haven't
watched
seen
it,
it.
I watched it, and I agree with everything you said. That it's beautiful. It's gay eye candy.
Yeah.
The ending is very positive,
yes,
and it hits everything right on the head.
It's
Yeah.
like, can you be more on the nose with everything? It's like, I'm a woman in charge, and then I'm gonna say, I'm a woman in charge. It's like,
we got women in here.
We got it.
She's a black girl. Yes, like, it's like
It's
we
so
know,
clear.
we
Like,
can see.
Yeah.
But I like to think that because we're the choir, we get that. But people who are watching it for the first time who aren't are going to be like, "Wow, like this is enlightening me. Is this possible?"
Right.
And we're like,
totally.
I'm hoping
That's a
someone
nice
stumbles
perspective,
upon it
Caleb.
and thinks that. What?
I think that's a good perspective.
Yeah, I think it's for other people.
Yeah, it also makes you think about what if something like that had happened in 1948, where we would be in society and what changes would have occurred like a long time ago rather than like we're still waiting for them to happen. So I think that is what's so cool about it.
Yeah.
some there are some comments. I don't know if you've seen this. If you're watching, give us a little hit the thumbs up.
Hi.
Wrote, "What's up, guys? I'm patiently waiting for you to take a shave, hippie."
Is that directed at me?
I'm pretty
We're all
sure.
pretty clean
It's definitely
shaven.
not me.
Okay. Ghost of Frost. I do shave. It did I've been shaving this, but I like the mustache.
Yeah.
So
Well,
I
it's
think-
very important in when you're growing a beard to maintain the
yes.
shape. So
I do have to do my neck. I haven't done my neck. I will do that before next happy hour.
Do not let
Caleb.
Ghost of Frost pressure you, Caleb.
I think
I
it looks
know.
great, Caleb.
It looks
Thank
good.
you. Steven, you're talking about growing your hair out. I love you too. Are you going to keep growing your hair? Or are you going to buzz your head?
I don't know. So it's funny because I kind of like it. It's like every other moment of my life, or every other time I look at myself in the mirror, sometimes I'm like, wow, this looks really good, and then the next time I'm like, I look like a piece of shit. It's
Yeah.
and I've had my hair longer before in my life, but I think we might get our hair cut next week.
We just dyed it yesterday.
And I think that I think that I may just ask
You
her
had a
to
few little
trim it.
salt and pepper coming in.
A few, more than a few.
join the club. I leaned in.
So I don't know. But then I feel like if I cut it, then it's like I gave up on the thing.
The length. You're
But-
I was working so hard on the length, and now it's gone.
Now it's gone. But
it's a tough thing. It's like I don't know. Hair. I used to have a buzz cut for 4 years, most of college, and then my first 2 years in the city. Really, I had a buzz cut, and it just takes a long time to grow back.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
But also, I think it would look really good. Brett, what team are you on? What are your thoughts on the hair?
For Steven,
Yeah.
I like his hair long and curly.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, when I met him, that's how it was 12 years ago.
So he wants to try and be like.
But he also had blonde highlights.
When we first met, my hair was a weird blonde color that I had dyed it, and so then I went to this hairdresser, and I was like, I want my hair to be like. It was also much longer than it is now. Like, it's like I want my hair to be chocolate brown, so that when I push it back, like it's just like all like this really nice brown color. But then when I push it forward, like it is like right now, like there are like these really bright like white streaks in it.
Wow, bold choice.
Yeah, and there's photos of him on the New York City Ballet stage, partnering like.
It actually looks really good with the light.
It's gorgeous
because it's like.
But
glows.
he's got these like streaks.
Oh my god, that's so good.
Was it 2008, 2007? Like that was in though. Like that was in.
Totally.
Was it?
Yeah, that's
it was in because of you. It was
in my life. I don't know if it was in other people's lives. Yeah. So, you know. So that's taking up time, you know, pondering questions like that.
Pondering
really
like
important
what
things
to do.
like that.
I know, that's like I feel like I'm constantly like making things take time that shouldn't take any time. Just like but what's been taking a lot of time is we've actually been watching a lot of TV, and we watched all of season 2 of Dead to Me.
So good.
We just finished that too. Yeah.
It is so good.
Christina Applegate.
She's
I
so
love
great.
Her
And
performance
also,
in that series is
she's amazing, and also like everyone, like
everyone's
James
amazing.
Marsden is so good.
Yeah.
Like the
Linda
Cardellini's great.
Beautiful.
We love the detective, and
Yes.
the kids are so good. It's just really, really
so
good.
We keep saying Christina Applegate is aging so gracefully. Like she's not trying to like show that she's like plastic. Like she looks like a woman of her age, and I love that.
But she's also like where she started off was so top notch that like it's it feels like it's impossible for her not to age gracefully. She's so beautiful.
It's just like good bones.
Like,
you know,
she's beautiful, beautiful, beautiful.
I love it when she throws in her Fosse. Like there's always a moment in the season where she's like, "I'm gonna do a little something."
Dance.
You know?
She's amazing. She's amazing.
James Morrison's little time steps that he did in the kitchen.
Oh yeah.
Cute.
So cute. Oh my god.
And she was like judging it, like
she was like, I was in Sweet Charity in the revival, so
she was, honey.
I wasn't in it. She was Sweet Charity. Like
she is so good. Everyone in that show is so good. Really good. And we also watched McMillions, the docuseries.
We don't have HBO.
Oh my god. That docuseries was so good. That is a wild story.
I've seen the ad like on the subway, and I was like, when the subway ad first came out, I was like, oh, we got to watch that, and then I was like, oh, it's on HBO, so we got to work on that.
But if there's
the login,
where there's a will, there's a login.
Yes, that's right. That's right.
Wait, I want to say hi to.
Yeah,
I want to say Katie Seagal, right when she made her cameo.
Oh yeah, that's right. Her mom, Linda Cardellini's mother, was Katie Seagal, Peg Bundy.
Yes.
I was freaking out.
Michael said the same thing when we were watching it. Like, it's just so fun. It's such a great show, and like all of the little like moments are just so great.
So great.
Yeah.
So good.
Hi,
Lots
Mary.
of friends in the comments. Mary and Adam,
Michael, and our Ghost of Frost. Love him.
What are people
love
drinking?
them.
What are you guys drinking?
Yeah, what are you drinking?
Sign off in the comments, or don't sign off, because that would get you out of the video. But sound off. That's what I meant. Sound off. Where did that phrase come from? Sound off. Like sound off in the comments. Is that a thing? Like that's a phrase. Like
sound off is like a military term, you know, when you're marching like sound off.
Oh, sure. 3, 4.
The only reason I know is because it was in Seussical.
Seussical, yeah.
Oh my god.
Yeah.
Who saw?
And you know what's hilarious is I immediately thought of the scene in Legally Blonde where she's like, "May I approach?" You know?
What you want?
So good. Oh, Ghost of Frost.
There was a many versions of students singing a Legally Blonde thing that was funny
recently.
The preschoolers. Have you seen the preschoolers in the production of Legally Blonde? I'll send it to you.
No, I just saw somebody just posted this morning from the reality show.
Oh, that's what it was.
And remember, I don't know if you remember the reality show for Legally Blonde.
Do we remember the reality show for Legally Blonde?
Okay, good. I'm so glad.
The search for Legally Blonde, the musical, the search for Elle Woods.
Yes. Okay. Do you remember in the season? It was my favorite.
There's
part
only one season.
Oh,
I thought
there needs to be more. There needs to be another.
Do you remember on the season? It was my favorite episode when Seth Rudetsky had them all get on exercise bikes and sing.
Belt the song.
So somebody made a meme, and I think it's Bailey Hanks who won, right? And she's on the bike, and she's like, "What you want? What you want?" Right? And she's like belting her face off. She sounds amazing, and it says like, "Your expectations for 2020," and then it cuts to the girl. This girl who's like, "What you want?"
They really.
And it's like actual 2020.
They really got that girl too, because it's clear that like they were learning harmonies, and it was like they told her to like go like what do you want, boop bop boop, like no, clearly like, and they were just like, no, this is her, this is how she sounds. I love the memes of like my plans for 2020 and then 2020. Those are great. They're all really, really fun. Like a lot of good Drag Race ones.
Yeah, this one was like, I guess everyone got the question wrong in 2015. What will you be doing in 5 years?
Yeah, that's dark.
That made me laugh today.
I think it's a wash. We lose all of 2020. I think like it's a wash this year.
Yeah.
Like,
I mean, what's the point?
Yeah, I actually said that in therapy today. but then what we kind of talked about, it was like it's only a wash in some respects, you know, like getting a lot of like there has to be some things that we take from it, if not like lessons learned or like, you know, a time with family, time together, you know, a reset. Like it's so easy to see it as a wash, but for myself, I'm trying to like reframe that mentality.
Well, you know what the way I see it is like there's so much opportunity here for people, and a huge part of it is the way the world is functioning right now is exactly the way it functions for actors all the time.
yes.
It's one day at a time. You don't know when the next thing's going to come.
Sure.
You have to figure out what your next steps are going to be. And I'm hoping that people might actually have a little more understanding and compassion of people who do go after what you know, our dreams, and the people who do work in this industry. And instead of always, because the thing you always hear is, oh, it must be so hard. And now it's like, see, like this is what it is. And if we can do it, you can do it.
It's just all about surrendering and trusting.
Yeah.
Be in the space.
Ugh.
Yeah.
It's true. It's like, it's going to be great. Like people are going to learn how to learn so much about themselves. They're going to learn so much about there's going to be so much invention coming out of this and creation that's going to come out of it. And we're all going to find, I mean, you're already seeing it. Like people are coming up with really inventive ways to create community, to connect with people, and to create art.
Yeah.
Yeah. I mean, it's just kind of the way that we're operating. And what I think's been interesting is like, I have been trying to operate under the like nothing. I'm operating how I would hope I would operate if nothing had changed. Like I'm still like trying to work towards the goals that I set for myself. Like, you know, do the things that make me happy, stay creative in ways that make me excited, and just work under the constraints that are put on us, but like still keep on the right track of what my goals are. But I don't want to get off track, you know?
Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah, but this is like a great time, I think, like when I've been coaching a lot. And so what I talk about is reminding people that don't give up on this thing that you were working towards just because there's a pandemic. Like you can't control that, but you can control that you work on your craft, you hone on like becoming better at the thing that you were doing even before this started. So because you can control that. You can't control when the pandemic ends.
Yeah.
You know?
No, we can't.
No, we can't.
I mean, I'm working on
You
it.
can flatten the curve, but that's like, and stay at home, social distance, but
So we'll continue to watch TV.
Yeah. I know. I'm working so hard on the vaccine, you guys. I'm really close. Don't worry. Working really hard on it.
Well,
yeah.
If you can make that mocktail, I'm sure you can make a vaccine.
Yeah, they're the exact same thing.
I just remembered something else we watched that was kind of crazy. What was it called? Like how to not get away with murder, but how to that thing about the scientists who botched all the stuff in the lab in Massachusetts.
How to rig a drug deal or how to rig a
no.
It's on Netflix.
I don't know what it was called, but it was like it's about these two scientists.
You gotta watch it.
Anyway,
it's a docuseries.
A docuseries. Okay, I was about to say, like, what is this?
And it was like a docuseries about in Massachusetts.
They worked in drug labs to prove what the substances were that people were arrested having. So, like, if you were arrested for cocaine, then that was sent to the lab, and they tested it, and they proved whether or not it was actually that substance the person was arrested for.
Right.
Mm-hmm.
And these two women that were in different labs were tampering and not doing their jobs well. That's being nice.
And also Massachusetts, they had no cameras in the forensics drug lab in Massachusetts. They had no they didn't drug test their chemists.
Yeah.
And they're testing forensic evidence.
And they worked in these labs for like 10 years. So many thousands of cases they worked on, and so all of their evidence basically
32,000 cases.
Oh my god.
Yeah, it's fascinating. That was interesting.
And also, there's also something really scary that we saw on Hulu, and it's like a documentary about this like real life clown, and I will not watch it.
Wrinkles? Is it Wrinkles? Yeah.
It looks terrifying, and I will not watch it. But Caleb, watch it and tell me how it is.
I watched bits of it, and I was like, "This is kind of boring," and I didn't.
Really?
It didn't hook me. Yeah.
Oh.
But the first video it's a video of this little girl's bedroom, and it's in a corner. There's like a night cam, and then you see the Wrinkles the clown come out from underneath the trundle bed. And the little girl's like sleeping in the bed, and you're like,
it's like a real life clown that people hire
to scare the kids,
to scare their children.
Kids. I heard about that.
When
That's
they
horrible.
I think it's brilliant.
That sounds like child abuse.
It's like what I mean. I am so interested in the story of that, but I cannot watch it. Like, I just can't do it.
That sounds like child abuse to me.
Oh, I can't.
we would just scare each other. Like, I remember we had like a whole bunch of Halloween costumes and stuff, and like fake knives. And
are you kidding?
It was like for like Halloween, you would do like the butcher knife, and we would just chase each other with that. Like we were, there's 5 of us. You got to really entertain yourself when you're a 5-year-old. We would build like Halloween mazes in our barn from like straw.
We would do things like that. Like we would build haunted houses, and my parents would have a babysitter come over, and this babysitter. So I have a brother named Todd, and the babysitter's name was Big Todd. And Big Todd would come over, and he would basically create a whole obstacle course throughout the house, and one person would have to hide, and we'd all go through the obstacle course, and he would have basketballs hanging from rope, swinging through the hallway, and you'd have to dodge it, and then my parents would come home, and we would get the blame, and be like, it was the babysitter.
Oh
Big
my
Todd.
God. Big Todd.
I'm Big Todd.
Big Todd.
Just Big Todd and Todd. I love that.
Shout out to Big Todd.
I love when people have the same name.
Todd.
That's really fun. Yeah. It makes situations very funny when there are multiples of names. I'm trying to think of
my best friend Kevin G, and there was a Kevin K in the class. Always their last name or
so many Chris's.
Yeah.
All the Chris's.
I'm a Steven.
There's always a Steven.
In my kindergarten class, there were Stephen Hanna, Stephen Glass, Stephen Ulrich, Stephen Murphy, and Stephen Knight.
Whew.
Too many Stevens.
So were you just Stephen? Were you Stephen H? What?
Stephen Hanna. I feel like everyone always says my full name because of that. Because they've also had experiences where there's too many Stevens. All spelled differently, but
yeah.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. So.
That's so funny. I think that there's also people in my life that are first and last names just because of that.
Yeah.
Oh
my
no,
God.
We're being trolled.
We can get so much wealth and fame. Everyone,
I see that.
click
We can also
links.
buy followers.
Yeah.
You want a hot body?
rolling?
It's Britney Spears messaging.
Okay.
us.
Okay.
Wait, let's talk about Britney Spears.
Let's talk about Britney
Yes!
Spears.
Burning down the good shit.
Oh my god, that was so iconic. We really need to unpack that.
Yes.
This
Okay.
is really good.
Unpack what? The Britney Spears?
The Britney Spears, yeah.
Okay. Have you watched the Saturday Night Live parody?
I have not.
Okay. What's the comedian's name? I can't think of her name.
Yeah,
it's
we
like
don't know her
Carrie
name.
or something. She's
hilarious and awesome. I have
impressionist.
no idea what her name is.
An impressionist on Saturday Night Live. Anyway, she did a series. They did a series on Saturday Night Live called Masterclass in Quarantine.
Oh, sure. Yeah. Okay.
Yeah.
And she does the perfect Britney Spears masterclass, and she's like, "Hey, it's Britney. Oops, I burned my gym down." And then she's like doing her workout.
And then
Oh
she also does Timothy Chalamet.
Oh,
my God.
I've seen that
Oh
one.
my
Is it
God,
Chalamet
great.
or Salome?
Chalamet.
It's so
She's like, nah,
nah.
It's so good.
That is so funny. Yeah, that is so wild. Like, I love how casually she was like, I burned my gym down.
She's like, one candle. I lit a candle, and one thing
One thing led to another. I'm like, what do you mean one thing led to another?
And then after that, she's just like, and now I'm gonna show you my workout. And then just
Have you seen? Okay, who's the YouTuber Instagram? She's kind of like blonde, has a lot of makeup. She's really like has a cowboy hat on sometimes, and she's like, she's on a lot of gay memes. Blonde.
memes, blonde.
She's driving a car sometimes, and it's like a pink, huge Hummer.
Is it Trisha Paytas?
I don't know.
Yeah,
But
I
there's
think
this
it's
one-
Trisha Paytas.
She's driving, and then a cop car goes by, and the meme was like Brittany driving away from her gym burning down. And she's like,
The same actress on Saturday Night Live, the same comedian, does JoJo Siwa.
Yeah, the bows.
And she's like, it's so good. She's like, hey, I'm going to teach you TikTok. That's her masterclass.
Tutorial.
She's like, you can do anything on TikTok.
And she's just like, yeah.
Oh my god, TikTok. I still don't get it. You guys have a TikTok.
you guys get it, yeah.
Well, okay, so I actually downloaded TikTok because, I'm a social media nerd. And I downloaded it when it was called Musical.ly, which was the original version of the app. And then TikTok was something somebody started. I think they bought it. Anyway, long story short, I downloaded it like a long time ago and never used it. And because I was so into Dub Smash. When Dub Smash came out
Dub Smash
5 years ago, I was obsessed. We did it at Paramore all the time. And then when TikTok came out, I was like, this isn't Dub Smash. Me.
Yeah.
But
Musically, you mean?
Or both, whatever. It's not.
Used
It's
to-
neither.
I remember even like you had a conversation with me about it. You actually I can actually remember him coming to me and saying,
I'm a nerd.
There's this new app. Like, I don't know. It's just not the same. I like Dub Smash better. And I was like, okay.
But as soon as the quarantine happened, I was like, now's my chance to figure this out.
Yeah.
And we went out to Tompkins Square Park. I was like, what if it'll be a good excuse to get out of the apartment, learn dance, do something physical.
Be physical.
Yeah,
And
physical.
it'll
Yeah.
hold us accountable. And so we made this. The first dance video we did was Rent, because we're in Tompkins Square Park, and it was Love You Bohem, and it got like over 100,000 views. It's just like because people love Rent.
Yes.
And we were on location.
And we were on location. But then we started making more, and we've had that's actually really fun to make the dances, and but we're not doing like all the dancers are like,
No, this is my favorite one. This is my favorite one.
Yeah, why are you so obsessed with me? Yeah.
What's the hip one when you like grab your hip like that?
Yeah.
What's that? That's like the iconic
I'm a
one.
savage.
I'm a savage.
Savage.
Right.
Yeah.
Trust me, I know. I did Beetlejuice, and we were schooled on TikTok.
Of course you were, right?
Yeah. Yeah. Presley was
Presley, right?
Yeah.
So
TikTok.
now we like sometimes I'll do like a like basically Dub Smash with it, but we actually like went out yesterday and did Without Love from Hairspray. And we're doing like pirouettes and pas de bourrées and like the kind of dancing we
Not
did.
like
We did the dancing that we grew up doing.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
totally. No, I think that it's interesting to see what everyone's doing with it. I mean, like, I don't really get it still, but I go off. I love it. And what's weird to me is like that it can be like it can be like 5 seconds or like 3 minutes. I'm like, I don't understand the no time constraint thing, really. Like, it's so I need parameters.
Right. Well, there's 15 seconds or 60 seconds.
Yeah.
I mean, you really can't do more than 60 seconds, but
You could do
it feels so long.
Yeah, it's long.
60 seconds is too long.
But what they do now, and they do this on all these social media apps now, is the algorithm favors, certain people. They favor the people who are on there all the time, who are doing lives all the time.
Mm-hmm.
Like, then you're going to get more followers, and then people just get obsessed with followers, and TikTok figured that out, and that's really what TikTok is about. Just trying to get followers. But people do get very creative. I've seen some really impressive like filmmaking kind of creative stuff.
And
big fan of
hours to do because
I really like on Instagram. I don't know what his TikTok is, but Heartthrob Anderson. He is so funny. Like, the videos he makes are hilarious.
He is so funny. But I literally am like, he comes out with one every hour.
Yeah,
I don't know how he
stockpiles them. Like
he must have shot all these things over the last 3 months, and he's just like, because he releases one every day,
and they're all so good and detailed and
so funny.
Yeah, he's so funny.
But we did this though. We did one video of us recreating a Paul Abdul routine.
Yes.
And it was kind of physically hard because we went out to this school to do it, and we're dancing on grass and cement, and the dance was kind of hard and we kept forgetting it. So every time we would do it, it was physically we were dying, afraid we we're gonna hurt ourselves. And then I thought that was the hard part. And then we got home and Brett's trying to edit it. And that was
there's copyright rules on TikTok. We couldn't use the music.
Yeah. So then we had to add not the right music to it.
But Ellie, you've done all your cute dance videos. Have you done any more for during quarantine?
Well, it's part of my New Year's resolution. Honestly, I wanted to. I told myself I was gonna put dance on video once a month, to kind of build up a choreography portfolio. And so I'm trying to stay on that, even in the challenges. But I feel like I've done a lot of fun things, and it's made me be creative. I'm working on my May one now. And so that will be done probably in the next couple weeks. But yeah, I mean, it's again, just trying to do what I would be doing just under the new constraints.
Realms.
But that was...
you would like TikTok for that reason.
I don't know. I get really overwhelmed.
Michael wants us to get on TikTok. His boyfriend. Yes.
What I want to do. I like to focus on big, long projects, and then more. And then Brett, and then wrap it up. And put it out. You know what I mean? The idea of coming up with something day to day or every week, that is crazy to me. That's it's like the podcast. The podcast is really hard to do as frequently as we should be doing it. And it's just I don't work super well under that kind of
pressure
way of working. I don't know.
My reason is I think the Randy Skinner style of dance is dying out, those lengthened lines. So I'm trying to keep that alive by not doing the little short hip hop dance. So we got to teach the children how to show line and length.
Go off.
So that's why I'm not on TikTok.
It's true. That's why I was we should do real dances, and especially because we're Broadway husbands. Instead of just always a hip hop song, what if it's a musical and something let's throw some real respect to real dancing, because anybody can do this.
Technique training.
Yeah. I mean, don't get me wrong. I love watching a dad do this.
Yeah,
I do too. It's so funny.
but no, I totally get it. And again, it's taking whatever the platform is and doing your thing within it. Not just doing like, I'm going to get a TikTok
What
and
it
I'm only
is.
going to do these dances.
I'm gonna be the savage,
Right,
and that's
right.
it. Mhm.
You know? Yeah. Well, what speaking of like staying on things and being busy and creative during quarantine, you guys are always working on something. So why don't you tell the listeners what all you've been working on?
Well, Steven's teaching a lot of ballet.
Yeah, I've been teaching a lot of ballet. I teach regularly at Ballet Academy, Ballet Academy East, virtually, and then I also train people at Ballet Beautiful, and yeah, it's interesting. And I've taught some other places too, and it's just like it's been crazy how much I've been teaching in this environment, and it's taken me a while to figure out how not to dance the whole time, because some of the classes that I teach, people need to follow, but it's a hard balance when you're on a computer screen and you're trying to show everything and then you're trying to watch, and then so yeah, I've been doing a lot of that. What else have I been doing?
It's
Go ahead.
how have you, because ballet classes are so like note based, I feel like when you're teaching, like to be like, no, you need to make sure to do this, and like always adjusting, especially like younger. So like, how have you been able to do adjustments online? Or have you? I don't know.
So
Are you figuring it out?
Yeah, no, I do. So it's taken me a while to figure it out. Like, so what I normally do is like I always do the first side, and then the second side I try not to do, and I try to watch as much as possible and
You're like,
say things as I'm going, as they're going.
Yeah,
But a lot of times I can't do that. So yeah, it's just a lot of dancing, talking, and 3 things at once. Oh my god.
what's your age
gosh.
category that you work with mostly? Is it
My
spread
phone
out?
just like flipped out.
It's spread out. I guess in this kind of environment, it's been like 10-year-olds up to adults. I teach a lot of open adult classes too. So,
Okay.
yeah.
So he's
over.
doing that. He's teaching a lot. I mean, you're doing workouts with Ballet Beautiful too. Did you talk about that?
Yes.
Okay. And then, sorry, my phone just rang and I
Are
just
you
got a little
listening to
like.
me?
It's my birthday. People are trying to call me.
They are. They're trying to wish you a happy
See,
birthday.
this is what look, it's his birthday.
Yeah,
Gorgeous.
Flowers.
Anyway, so he's doing that. Aren't those pretty?
They're so
gorgeous.
beautiful.
I love a
And
sunflower.
then I've been coaching. The Broadway Life Coach, really, it's interesting. I'm actually busier with the Broadway Life Coach now than I was before the pandemic. And I think people really are seeking for a sense of direction and a sense of structure, because there's like actors can't go to work and they can't audition, and what do they do with their time? And so I've been hosting this project on as the Broadway Life Coach called the Secure Actor Project, which is totally free. I've been having people come, friends come and interview and just talk about different aspects of the business and ways people can structure their time right now. And every Monday I start with a mindset discussion where we set an intention for the week and try to hold people accountable to really reducing overwhelm, which is so easy to do right now, and still stay in action and keep moving forward. And it's been great I've been getting great responses from people, but it's also been really good for me because I feel like I'm helping people and at a time where who knows what I'd be doing, right?
Yeah.
So that's been really nice, and I'm working really hard on that. I'm spending a lot of time coming up with content, setting up interviews, and it's very gratifying. And then we've been recording podcasts constantly.
Yeah, I mean,
that's actually been a lot of stuff. Yeah,
that's
podcasts.
good because you can record easily together,
Right.
Yeah.
Do you record side by side, or do you go into different rooms? How does that work?
We just use this
Yeah.
mic.
Mm-hmm.
The
It'd be funny,
first
you're in
time
one
we did
bedroom
it
and you're in the other.
virtually, the first time we did it virtually, we were still in New York, and I sat in the bedroom, and he sat in the living room, and we didn't have a Zoom call or anything to see, so we were just taking it all from visual cues, and Brett and I weren't even sitting next to each other, so it was really strange.
Uh-huh.
I felt like I was just like, yeah.
It's difficult.
I didn't know what to say,
Uh-huh.
Well, and so much of like like interviewing, like, you know, I mean, Caleb and I have been doing this for almost 3 years now, so it's like you kind of like understand how a conversation is flowing, and like, you know, visibly what the cue is, so that you're not interrupting people, and you can like hear them complete a thought, but you don't have that. It's like delayed with this new format.
Yeah.
Right. Well, we started using video like Google Hangout or whatever during our interviews now, just to help.
Yeah.
Which has been really good. And we've had lots of guests, like lots of people who normally were too busy to say yes are actually saying yes. So that's been nice to keep moving forward with that.
And we've also done fun ones, just the two of us.
Hey.
I don't mean it in
Is
a
that
weird
on?
way, but like it's fun. It's
Oh,
fun
damn.
because like one episode I was like, okay, the idea for this episode is we're gonna interview each other, and I want at least five questions, and then he shows up and is still writing them at the time, and I was like, you're not even ready, like.
Would you do this
Everyone's
with any other
process
guest?
is different.
That's right. Everyone's process
know?
is different.
Is it?
Yes.
Yes. Caleb and I,
Elliot.
you know, Caleb and I know it. I know no one would believe this, but we do very little prep. But we do enough, obviously, to like have an idea of where we're gonna go. We have ideas.
Yeah,
right.
Like, we are not it's, you know, we've learned that
We're
like
not
for us
scripted.
it doesn't work to like, you know, be like, and then what did this, you know, pre-written question. It's just the conversations flow. They just come out in different ways, you know.
Can I plug our merchandise real quick?
Yes,
Please.
you can.
Because I designed this shirt for to benefit the Actors Fund. Actually, the net profits for this go to the Actors Fund.
Amazing.
And this is actually, I don't know if you can tell, this is actually based off the logo for Bring Back Birdie.
Birdie, yeah.
Oh.
But it says Bring Back Broadway 2020. So I just came out with a Pride version for June.
I saw
So
the Pride one.
cute.
It's so cute.
It's
So,
really cute.
If people want to help support the Actors Fund and get a little cute merch out of it, go to Broadway Life Apparel.
Yes, check out the Broadway Life Apparel. I love that you have the merch. I've reviewed it before
Yes.
on Merch Madness.
Yes,
And so that was really, really fun. And I think that it is time now for this week's edition of
Yes.
Merch Madness. All right. Since
the Mew
we're
Mew Mew. The Mew 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 at the end.
Bow, bow, bow. we love an air horn. And also since we're here to plug, we're doing an Equity One merch madness.
Hey.
So
Plug.
you can find Equity One merchandise at cafepress.com/equity1. That's cafepress.com/equity1.
Equity One.
Mm-hmm.
cafepress.com/equity1. Okay. This is the first shirt. This is a very classic black tee with a logo.
Looks great.
I love our logo on this black. It's so vibrant and really, really fun. This shirt is very comfortable. It's an American Apparel, RIP,
Yes.
t-shirt. So obviously very comfortable. You know, we're not for the subtle here at Equity One. You know, wear us loud and proud. This is a classic t-shirt, standard, like go-to, easy to throw on. This was like, I wore this most days at Broadway Con. It's kept me really comfortable. It is, hold on, we got a question about if it's a blend. It's 100% cotton. Okay. Boom. 100% cotton. So comfortable.
Is it fair trade?
It is fair trade. You can trade the cost of it for a shirt. And I think that's fair. Wink. Okay. The next shirt we have is a baseball tee.
Ooh, that's cute.
I like that.
I was about to say, this is very Steven to me. I feel like you would wear this. This is a navy here.
Ooh, I love
You can
these.
see a navy sleeve with the logo. Now, I will say you can see a little bit of the fading, like from wash, on this shirt, more so than on the black shirt. And I'm a short guy, so baseball shirts are tough for me. They usually hit like at a kind of a weird spot, and then I have to like either roll them up a little bit or like let them like fall like right here. I don't know. They're just like, I'm short, so baseball length sleeves are usually not the best for me, even though I love the cut and the like color, the two-tone of those shirts. So I have to say, for me and my life, the clear winner of this week's Merch Madness is the black tee.
Clearly. I
Yeah.
mean,
Clearly.
that neon pops.
It's
that
so
neon...
good. You know what? Even on, this is going to be funny, but sound funny, but on Instagram stories, when I'm resharing your logo, I love pulling from the pink and the blue for the right.
Yeah.
That little...
The color, it's so
I do that
good.
too.
I'm like, oh, yeah.
Because it's so bright, it's so fun, and then
Yeah.
against the black, it just always looks so
It's
good.
beautiful. Yeah.
So
like
shout out,
here, like
right there.
right there.
Shout out to our friend Alex Enderline, who designed our logo for us.
It's
and
so
is
good.
always there for supporting a friend. Let's see. So that's this week's Merch Madness. We love the merch. Now, Caleb.
Yes. Are you gonna
Talk to me.
talking to you? Okay. So I've been doing my Blonde Girls from Ohio moments for my happy hours. And this is just like a silly opinion piece. It's usually like interactive. And so let's have Alan hit that if he's there.
He's there.
Maybe I'd better go O-H-I-O. Maybe I'd better go home.
Alrighty. So today's opinion piece. It's kind of on topic because it's your birthday. We're talking about birthday cake.
Oh, wow. Okay.
So we're going to work up to the opinion here. Starting with graduation cake. The best graduation cake is a white cake with roses because that's like iconic graduation cake. Okay. But the best, so I like that kind of cake.
Okay.
If I'm out at dinner, I always get a cheesecake. Love a cheesecake. But the most iconic birthday, which is what we're going to debate right now, is yellow cake with chocolate icing. Give me your thoughts. Steven, it looks like you have a lot of thoughts on that. Or birthday boy, do you want to go first?
No, Steven was about to say something. I want to hear it.
Well, it's interesting because the cake that I got for him was yellow cake. I love yellow cake with chocolate icing, and I wish that had been an option where I was, but I just got yellow cake with white icing, and it had like balloons on it, and it was actually so good.
Really good.
It was actually really good, but chocolate icing,
Chocolate
really,
icing would have made it better.
That is really, really good.
You're right.
Oh, yeah. I messed up.
You missed the opportunity.
Yeah.
Brett, would you agree?
I mean, it really depends.
What is your
Because
favorite cake?
I love a funfetti cake. Like, I love a, you know what I mean?
Funfetti is a good,
I love
Yeah.
funfetti, but I would get it with chocolate icing. So you're on
Interesting.
So I messed up.
See,
Is that what you're
I
trying to say?
would do white icing with funfetti.
Oh, you would just for the color?
Yeah.
Make the color pop a little bit more.
Yeah.
This
See,
is
if
so.
I had my pick, I would pick a molten chocolate lava cake.
Oh, wow.
Oh,
Bougie. It's so
Yeah.
bougie.
that's
I
like
love-
cheese. Like, who has a molten cake? Is that Frisch's Big Boy? They have something like that, don't
I feel
they?
like every restaurant has
Yeah.
like molten
Molten.
lava chocolate death double chocolate
Okay,
cake.
but just,
Like,
I'm gonna hear Ellen's opinion, but before we do that, but what is your like birthday club backstage cake? Like when
is a
you're
great
in the
question.
birthday club, what do you usually get?
this is a great question. So if you're to clue everyone in, the birthday club when you're in a show is like everyone signs up on their birthday, and then you bring in something for the person whose birthday is right after you. So you get treated on your birthday to whatever you want. Someone has to bring it in, and then you are in charge of someone else's birthday.
And share it with the company, of course.
And you share it with the company. Everyone comes up and sings, whatever. Now, I'm a big fan of not doing cake for birthday club because everyone does cake for birthday club, and there's so many options. Like, why not have you have the world at your disposal. So this year for my birthday, I had like a meat and cheese tray. I was like, I want a meat and cheese. I want a charcuterie board for my birthday
with some olives and stuff.
And then you're like having meat and cheese and like maybe a cracker or so before the show. It feels like dinner. It's not like cakey, and there's always cake around. So I like a charcuterie board or like a fruit.
Okay.
Oh, I love it.
But what about cake for you, Elliot? What would be your birthday cake?
Now, this is a great question. I love all cakes. Right now, what I'm thinking about is everyone's talking about white cake with chocolate, and I agree that is iconic birthday cake. But what I would rather have if I'm having white cake would be like an Amy's, like a pink icing.
The pink cake from Amy's.
It's so good. 9th Ave.
Or I want an ice cream cake. I want the ice cream. I want the cake with the little crumbles and the ice cream and then the icing. Yes.
I hate ice cream cake. Hate it.
After I bought this cake 2 days ago, and then after I bought it, I had buyer's remorse. I was like, ooh, I should have gotten like a chocolate chip cookie cake. Or, ooh, I should have gone to Dairy Queen and gotten like an ice cream cake from Dairy Queen. Mm-hmm. But I actually really like what we got.
I'm not an ice cream cake fan.
Me neither.
I'm glad I didn't get it. I'm glad.
Yes.
I love ice cream cake. But I also have to say, like, cookie cake, not a cake. That's a giant cookie. And also, cheesecake, not a cake. That's like, I would call cheesecake more of a pie.
I love cheesecake.
I will eat a pie anywhere, anytime.
I love pie.
I love
pecan pie. Some pecan pie.
Sugar, butter, flour, bring it.
They have pecan pie. I'm ordering it.
I love pecan pie.
Is that your birthday club?
Actually, Little Pie Company would be my birthday club. I would say get the apple, was it sour cream apple, or what is it?
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Delicious Little Pie Company.
It's so good, but it doesn't serve a lot of people, so it's not always the best
for company.
I like to get cupcakes for birthday club.
Easy to grab. You don't have to cut cake.
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
I once for a birthday club made someone wanted pecan pie, and so it's actually kind of hard to find pecan pie in the city. Yeah. I got him a single from Little Pie Company, and then I made like a bar situation, like a pecan pie bar for everyone else. Mm-hmm. And that was really fun. That was delicious.
Ooh, I want you to. Can you make that and send
that? A chocolate pecan pie.
Chocolate crust.
Specific.
No, it's like there's just chocolate like baked into the pie, and it's
oh my god,
so good.
That sounds delicious.
Yeah.
Everyone is sounding off in the comments.
I know they are.
About we have the best birthday cake is vanilla icing, cherry filling, yellow cake from Stop and Shop. That's my boyfriend. We had that recently. It was really delicious. He loves Stop and Shop. Adam is saying that cookies and cream ice cream cake is the best, but yellow cake with vanilla icing close second.
Vanilla icing.
Yeah, interesting. White on white. Yeah. Yeah, Brett, was it not good enough?
It was good.
You loved it. You were so happy.
Well, no. And then so I have this like piece of this cake with a big chunk of like balloon icing on top. And then he goes to the fridge and he's like, do you want to go to Disney World? Or
I said Disneyland.
Oh, Disneyland? Or do you want to go to Galaxy's Edge? And I was like, Disneyland? And so he opens the freezer and pulls out a Mickey bar for me. Very sweet.
That's very
cute. I also was able to get Star Wars ice cream sandwiches. They were in the shape of the Millennium Falcon.
Oh my god.
And they were like basically a sugar cookie with vanilla ice cream in the middle. It was really good. So
that sounds
more
delicious.
Yeah, we still have more of them, so
we can send them to you if you want.
So
please.
Yeah,
I'm sure they have them at the grocery store where you're at. You know, they weren't hard to find.
I don't want to go out, so if you could just send them to me, that'd be great.
Yeah. 2-day shipping, please. Like, make it overnight, like, quickly.
Prime.
Send it.
And then just going back, on the graduation cake, for
yes,
me, it's chocolate cake with white icing and like the roses of your color of your school.
Can we agree that the roses of your school color is the most important because it turns your teeth blue, it turns your poo-poo that color. It's like your insides are just full of that color.
But then I want to know, like, when we're talking about icing, do you like just regular old like frosting, or do you like whipped icing, or like buttercream or
Buttercream?
Yeah,
The richer the better.
Yeah, I don't love a whipped frosting. I think if I want to go there, like I want it to feel substantial. I do like a Swiss meringue buttercream, like if it's like homemade, like and lighter and a little fluffier, but like grocery store whipped frosting, not my fave.
But like a Magnolia Bakery frosting, maybe.
100% love Magnolia Bakery.
I'll go back to Amy's bread. The
So
icing
good.
is so good.
That's true.
I don't know why I couldn't think of that, but Amy's is a go-to. Oh
Go-to.
my god, it's such a go-to. And also, what is the cupcake place on 7th Street called Butter Lane Cupcakes? Is that right? It's a little
I don't know.
pricey. Like, one year I got cupcakes from there for birthday club, and it was so expensive.
I was so mad.
But like, it was too late. I was like, I
Right.
didn't have enough time, and I had to get them, and I was like, well, I guess I'm spending like over $200 on this. Like, maybe it wasn't that expensive. I don't want to give them a bad name because
You're-
they're amazing.
You're like, everyone gets a fourth of a cupcake today. Unless you want to pay, and then you can get a full.
I don't
Yeah.
think they were that expensive, but
They weren't that expensive. It was way more than I had anticipated. I was like,
Birthday
He
club
said,
can,
okay.
it can get you. It can really get you. Like, because you think about
That
how many
birthday
people
club.
need to eat, and
Yeah.
then
to
you gotta
the
make sure
whole-
that
and it was
enough.
in Billy Elliot, so there were like 50
Children.
cast
Oh
members.
my God.
And crew. I was like, oh god.
And you know those crew don't take small slices.
I
Those crew
I-
want big slices.
don't
Yes.
take small slices either. Yeah. Should we play a game?
We should play
Yeah,
a
sure.
game. We're rolling out our favorite chandelier. Woo!
Ooh, okay.
Ooh.
All right,
Okay,
so
so-
explain chandelier.
So chandelier it's like a who is, and you're either going to vote for Steven or Brett. But whoever gets the most points is the loser. In the Phantom of the Opera, chandelier falls on you. We created this game when we were with the Phantom of the Opera people.
Okay.
In one
Easy.
of our previous episodes, yeah.
Previous
Okay.
episodes. And
The chandelier will fall again.
yes,
It
only
always
intermission.
does.
And Elliot, you can
Only
vote two. Elliot, will you vote two for either Brett or Steven so we get like an odd
Yeah.
number going? Cool. Okay, so, well, yeah, here we go. Who is better at math?
Steven.
Okay. Elliot, who do you think?
I would have said Steven, that my gut instinct.
Okay. Who would forget to bring their mask outside with them? Okay, one for Brett, one for Steven. Elliot, who would you think?
My initial gut reaction is Steven.
We're just attacking Steven. Okay. Who showers longer? Confusion. Okay, Elliot. Who is it?
Brett.
Who is more sentimental?
Oh, Steven.
Oh,
Yeah, I agree.
Steven. Okay.
Remember, it's a bad thing to lose in this game. I don't know. You're not actually gonna die.
Yeah. Who is more likely to get a tattoo spur of the moment? And what would it be of?
A chandelier.
Nice.
Elliot, who would you vote for? And what
Yeah,
would it be?
I'll go with everyone. Brett.
Who is most likely to kill succulents? Two for Brett. Elliot, who do you think?
Sure. No. Me.
That's a good question.
Kill succulent.
That's
That's
a good
a hard
question.
one.
I have killed a succulent.
Oh, I have two. Just two more questions. Who is more of a Britney Spears?
Steven.
Steven. 3 votes for Steven. Okay, and last question. Who is more likely to be a vampire in another life?
Ooh. Steven.
Okay.
I would
Elliot,
have
who do
gone
you-
with Brett, I feel.
Okay. So here we are for the results.
Meaning nothing. I don't know. Like, what?
We have someone got 10 points and the other person got 14. And with that, the chandelier drops on Steven. But-
End of
He's
Act
here.
1.
The Phantom of the Opera. He's with us. It's a ghost.
Oh my god, that show is so wild.
And at
The level of your eyes, the hand at the level of your eyes.
Have you guys been in for Phantom? Steven, have you been in Phantom?
I did it for like literally. I teched the newer tour that was out because somebody was sick, so I filled in for them during the rehearsal process and teched the show, and I performed it 3 times. And then they were better, and then that was it.
Oh my god. But come on,
Well
resume,
done,
it's
yeah.
right there.
It was cool to do and like be in the room when they were rehearsing and see all of the process of that show.
put it on your resume,
And
but
then not really have to do it.
Right.
Yeah.
That's so great.
Yeah,
I love
yeah.
I saw that show for the first time like this year. I think it was this year. Oh my god. 2020.
Yeah.
2020.
And I was like, this is me in Phantom. Like, oh my god, the sound design, like it's coming from everywhere. And then just laughing at Ben Crawford like peeking out of a set piece that's been there for an hour. I'm like, oh my god, this is the funniest thing I've ever seen.
There's
like,
so much like we just saw it recently
We saw it recently
right
too, and
before
we went
the shutdown.
backstage afterwards.
And we went backstage, and I mean, the technology, they're still using the 1989 technology on that set.
Yeah.
They've
It's
not
crazy.
updated
Yeah.
it at all.
And just like
This could have been the time.
spoiler alert, he's like on a suspended set piece in the air, just like crouched
for
and then
20
he's like,
minutes.
whoa.
Oh, yeah.
Like, oh my god! I was like, Ben, what the fuck? Like, why are you sneaking in on me like this? Ugh. Oh my god!
Yeah.
But you know what can you do? It's a classic and a wild ride. I love it.
I love that
Yes.
show. I hope it doesn't go anywhere. And
Yeah.
we saw Chicago right before the end, and we
Right.
saw Mean Girls right
We
before
saw
the
Mean
end.
Girls right before the end, and I guess that was
Before
it,
the
right?
end. Oh no.
Yeah.
Not the
Right
I don't
end.
before-
mean it. I don't mean the
Right
end.
before
Yeah,
the
it's-
shutdown.
I mean the intermission.
Yeah.
No,
the
yeah,
intermission.
the end of Act
Sorry.
1.
I know.
Yeah, the end of Act 1. Sorry, I didn't mean to say that.
We're having a great Act 1 closer.
Yeah.
I mean, I swear to God, the week before the shutdown, I performed my final ensemble track at Wicked. I was like, oh great, I'm good. I can like
can just
ride
relax.
this wave for a
I
while.
can remember everything.
Like, just slam on the brakes.
And I'm going to relearn everything.
Oh my god, that is so real. Well, I'm sure they will be taking your temperatures and fogging that rehearsal room at the Gershwin. So,
They should have been all along.
and with that, we're gonna end our happy hour. Thank you all so much for coming on the show. Where can
Thank
people
you for
find you
having us.
on social media?
Come check us out, Broadway Husbands. We have a website, BroadwayHusbands.com, at Broadway Husbands on Instagram, and where else? Oh, and on TikTok.
And on TikTok.
Yeah.
And check out Broadway Life Apparel as well, and get your Bring Back Broadway shirt. And great, you can find our show Equity One on Equity One. Okay, let's try that again. This
The
is
mocktails.
this is a real yeah, right. The mocktail really got me. I'm not used to doing these sober, so the mocktail really messed with me. This is a peek behind the curtain because this happens all the time where I'm like, and there's content show pod Instagram. So here we go. Take 2. You can find our show at Equity One Podcast on Instagram and Facebook, and at Equity1_ on Twitter.
Send us an email at equityonePodcast@gmail.com and go over to the Apple iTunes app, just
Podcast
the
app, yeah.
podcast app, and give us 5 stars and a rate and review, as well as the Broadway Husbands.
Yeah, while you're there, you might as well. 5 stars helps people find our podcasts and makes our day.
Yes.
Great. Caleb, where can people find you?
Caleb Dickey on everywhere.
And I'm at Elliot Maddox on everything. And until next time, cheers.
Cheers.
Happy birthday, Brett.
Thank you.